finding your comfortable standing position. Let's start off with energizing the spine, getting that spine mobilized. I was doing an Oxygen Advantage instructor training at the weekend, and we were really focusing on this spine mobilization and noticing the difference when you're walking and when you're running and when you're sitting and when you're lying down, about how the diaphragm reacts differently and how the pelvic floor works. Let's start off with knocking. So feet shoulder width apart, that softness in the knee, so that we can get that rotation through the ankle, through the knee, through the hip, to create the momentum. So strong through the lower body. And then lifted and lengthened through the spine. So the whole reason we're doing this mobilization is to get the spine mobile, to get the rib cage mobile, moving, blood flowing. Creating space for breath. Remember also, if you've been on a walk or a run or done some exercise, use these movements that we're doing to warm up also as a cool down. Let's bring the arm that swings across the front just into a light fist. Now we're just tapping on those lung points, just bringing awareness to that lung meridian. Here you may feel as if you just want to take a gentle, slow, fuller breath in. And breath out. It's very calming, very relaxing. Just one or two. And then really just letting the breath settle again. Let's come up to shoulders now. So you're just creating like a cup with a hand that swings across the front, and you're just tapping on that big shoulder muscle. Remember, still powering from the ground. So driving from the center. Back down to long points, chest. All the time still tapping the back. Back down to belly. Gradually slowing it down. Slowing down into water waves. Still keeping tall through the spine. The spiral of the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. Keep tall through that upper back as well. Lifting and lengthening. Softening through the knees. Soft, light breathing in and out through the nose. Just natural. Not trying to breathe in any particular way, it's just happening. And then slowing it down. Good. Arms coming up to the side. And then connecting, I'll just come a little bit closer to show you, palm to palm that way. So you're like really rotating, twisting. Watch that you're not hiking the shoulders up. So watch that there's no tightness in the shoulders. Drop the shoulders down, it's good. And then back down. And visualize as the arms are raising up, keep the shoulders down. It's very tempting to use the shoulders to lift. Feel the back, just work through the back, the spine, back muscles, and then connect palm to palm. Breath is easy. Little squeeze of palm to palm and then back down. Breath in, so just light, soft breath in. You almost don't have to do anything. Quite often when we think of breathing in, we start to pull air in too quickly and then we get full before we get to the top there. So see if you can just go with that nice, light, soft breath. So there's breath out. So we're just naturally slowing the breath. Breath in. Squeeze at the top, breath out. And don't necessarily follow me, or if you're watching on Zoom, the group, go at your own comfortable pace so you can breathe in comfortably, that we're not getting short of breath or holding the breath. There's that little bit of a lull at the top as you squeeze. The arms come up, physically feel as if you're lengthening the spine up as well. And give that little squeeze there. So squeeze through the wrists, squeeze through the arms. On the next one, breath in. And then see if we can just breathe in a little bit more as you just do a gentle lean to one side, lean to the other side, and then breath out. So now we're working on extending the spine. The rib cage will swing out. Feel the rib cage moving, and then feel that lateral movement of the spine, stretching the sides, and then back down. So lower body, hips and lower body stay stable. So really grounded and stable and strong through that lower body. We're not doing any hip swings side to side. It's literally the spine. Shoulders relaxed. Let's do one more. Breath in. Little extra breath into the side there, into the side there, and then breath out. And give yourself a little moment's rest there, dropping and relaxing the shoulders. Standing tall, you can stand a little bit closer together just to balance, just to take a moment. So we want to be feeling upright and tall, but not rigid. Strong through the back of the body, strong through the spine, strong through the legs, strong through that connection with the ground, but soft here on the front of the body. So that allows that rib cage to gently, gently expand as you breathe in, soften as you breathe out. And a good way to exaggerate that movement Stepping out, we're going to our spinal cord breathing. So a little bit deeper in the knees, so sitting back into about a 12th. If you're thinking of sitting behind you, just about to sit behind you, about a 12th of a squat. And then we can open up, breath in, breath out, tucking the tailbone, tucking the pelvis, breath in. And the rain has started here, so you may be able to hear the rain on the roof. It's quite relaxing actually. Particularly after we had a really hot weekend, which was fantastic. I got my feet sunburnt for the first time this year, which always happens when I'm out in my sandals. Remembering that this movement is smooth, it's not forcing a stretch. Feel the rib cage and the sternum open up. And breath in, breath out. Going at your own comfortable pace. Couple more. And then take a rest. And when you're ready, just go into some shaking. So you can keep your feet connected to the ground, or you can tap the heels into the ground. And with the shaking, we're just shaking off any tightness and tension. And you might feel as if you just need a gentle shake, or you might feel this morning that you need a little bit more of a vigorous shake. So just do as you feel good for you this morning. If anything hurts, obviously you stop doing it, but just allow the shoulders to relax and the spine to relax. And again, if you feel you need to take a fuller breath, you just need to cleanse and clear a little bit more with the breath. You can breathe in and just a couple. And then just slow it down, slow it down. And stand. Open up the shoulders. Just allow that, feel that tingling sensations, tingling, blood flow, the energy flow, the electricity through the body. Relaxing the face muscles, the eyes with that inner smile. And also, if you've got space in front of you, to use that soft panoramic view around you. Good. Let's move into some of our Qigong flows, specifically focusing on the breath. Just a couple of things again, going back to the weekend. As I said, I was doing an Oxygen Advantage instructor training. And these weekends are fantastic because I get to work with, we had a professional footballer, we had a Qigong, we had a Tai Chi master, we had an Iceman, not the Iceman. We had someone was doing a lot of cold exposure, animal flow, personal trainer. So I learned so much of these people by giving them the ideas that we have, that the OA has, and that I use in terms of the Qigong. And it was fascinating, just a lot of the stuff that we were talking about. We would all the time came back to Qigong and the way we move in Qigong, the way we focus in Qigong, the intention and everything. So you could relate almost everything back of all the comments that came in. And we did our little Qigong practice at the end of the weekend, and everybody was like, oh, that's amazing. It was really sort of like calming, and that whole idea of breath work, and where we want to bring in that sort of like relaxation, making someone feel safe, making someone feel comfortable. Then there's so many things like that perspective. We were using the perspective because it actually helps to make you feel safe. The breath work at the very beginning, where you're out and you're just walking and breathing light and soft and slow, it doesn't allow that anxiety to rise. And then when you take that into exercise, then you're in a nice state when you actually then do need a little bit more power in the breath. So it was a great weekend. Okay, let us do opening the flow. So breath in and breath out. And visualize, even though it's in a much more minimal way, that spinal cord breathing. So the spine extends and softens. So the rib cage opens up just by the movement a little bit, just a small amount, it's not a big amount. But it just gives you that space for the breath just to flow in. Breath in, and breath out. Last week also I was doing a mentoring session with a group of Oxygen Advantage instructors, and we were just talking about marketing and what we were teaching, and we sort of like came up with a really good strapline or a subtitle, if you like, to the Oxygen Advantage, and it was like taking the work out of breath work. And so often we think, oh, I need to be doing loads of work, I need to be breathing in and breathing out, and breath work all sounds as if you have to do work. It's like a workout. But actually, the more we realize, and I'm sure the more we're all realizing with these practices, is you don't need to do loads of work, and you get a lot more benefit from that. And that just keeps the breath light and slow and effortless. And now just going alternate hands or arms. And just notice if there's any subtle lateral side-to-side movement of the spine here as you go with one arm and then the other. One side slightly opens up a little bit more. And remembering too, there's no stop to the movement. So as soon as that arm coming down, that arm is coming up. So there's a continuous flow to all of our movements. There may be a subtle rock forwards and backwards too with the lower body, just to align ourselves with gravity. And then back to both arms. And those micro movements through the spine as the spine extends and then softens. And then the next movement is Buddha holds up the earth. So breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Feel the ribs, the spine, how the rib cage works with that movement. Take your time, nice and slow. And then just taking a rest for a moment. Moving into Soaring Crane. So breath in. Connecting thumb and forefinger, breath out. Just do the two movements to start off with. Breath in. Feel that expansion a little bit more side to side now with the rib cage there. So it lifts and opens across the collarbone. Now we'll add those extra 2 movements after the next one. So we're breathing in, breathing out, and then towards the chest, palms towards the chest, breathing in, and then pushing away, breathing out. And then do the 4, breath in, breath out, softening, breath in, breath out, expanding, bringing energy into the body, breath in, and then condensing that energy, internalizing that energy, breath in, breath out. And taking a rest after that, taking a moment. And then pulling down the heavens. So breath in, breath out. Next one, just rotate to one side and then come back down the center. And then rotate, got to have a little bit of bend in the knees to the other side. Come back down the center. One more rotating. Back down the center. And then one more just facing forwards. Crossing the palms, resting the palms on the lower dantian, bringing the feet together. And just giving yourself a moment. Eyes closed if that feels comfortable and if that's safe to do so. Just allowing the body to rock and sway. Breath to settle. And when you feel ready, just taking a slow, fuller breath in, opening your eyes and stepping out, maybe giving yourself a little bit of a brush down. Gentle brush down. Nice. Prepared for the day ahead. Just a reminder, if you are doing or just following the 2022 challenge, where we're looking to do 2022 kilometers in 2022, whether that's walking, running, or a combination of the both. Elaine will be online tomorrow morning, so just catching up on that. So we'll just have a quick catch up on that. It's 8 o'clock. It's on the same Zoom link that you're on now. If you're in Zoom, if you're in the AIM Challengers Facebook group, I'll remember to pop that Zoom link in there as well. But you should also have had an email on that. So we'll be here 8 o'clock tomorrow morning again. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you on Thursday for more of our movement session. Thanks for joining. Have a fantastic day.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.